Hello, my name is John from Simply Apple, and welcome to 3 Note. This episode of 3 Note is being recorded on October 27th, 2012. And this episode is really all about news, both personal news and Apple news. On the personal news front, I'm happy to announce I finally got my iPhone 5. And while I own the iPhone 4S, and I like the iPhone 4S, I love the iPhone 5. I love the size, I love the weight, I love just everything about it. It is a truly great device. But now on to Apple news. On October 23rd, Apple had an event in which they announced a whole bunch of products. The 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina, a slightly changed Mac Mini, a redesigned iMac, an iPad 4th generation, and the iPad Mini. The iMac looks awesome and looks great. The redesign is really slim, and the addition of, well, the optional addition of a Fusion drive is a very interesting option. But then I move on to the 4th generation iPad, which really all they changed in it was the chip, which makes it faster, which is great. And they also changed the port. So now instead of the 30-pin port, it's now the Lightning port, which is no surprise. However, the offering of the 4th generation iPad in October is an interesting choice. If Apple was still using the number naming convention for the iPad, this iPad wouldn't be the iPad 4, it would be the iPad 3S. I'm not really convinced that the iPad 4th generation is an actual iPad I need to buy. Sure, I love the additional speed of the chip, but at this point I'm pretty happy with the iPad 3rd generation. And of course, the major announcement, if you will, is the iPad Mini, coming in at $329. This 7.9-inch screen looks wonderful. It's not a Retina display, but it still looks great. It's really skinny, really light. It kind of looks like the iPhone 5, but a little bit bigger. So that's kind of interesting as well. I really am looking forward to seeing what the iPad Mini can do. However, I do believe that Apple missed the price point a little bit on this, at $329. Even if they would have made it available for $299, I think that would have been more acceptable to a good number of folks. That $299 price point would have fit in really nicely with their iPad 2, which they still sell, which they sell at $399, and the iPad 4th generation, which they now sell at $499. So it would have been $299, $399, $499. In addition, another reason to sell the iPad Mini at $299 is it still puts it in the $200 price frame, the $200 to $300. It's kind of like with real estate. You don't sell a house for $200,000. You sell it for $199,000. Same idea. But again, I'm looking forward to when the iPad Mini comes out to kind of play around with it. And with that said, thank you for watching 3 Note. And until next time, this is Simply Apple.